Good afternoon. I'd like for you to take a moment and just imagine you are a woman in your mid 30s living in Nigeria. You're a survivor of domestic violence and have the responsibility of taking care of your 9 kids as well as running your restaurant business. That is Abigail Adamu. We are Team Wozniak, and for the past 2 weeks, we have been working with Abigail to help her grow her business. I'm McKenna Sullivan.
I'm Andrew Akers.
I'm Avery Falls.
I'm Jamison Ramirez.
I'm Ethan Ramirez.
I'm Nick Rossiter.
And we also have Curtis Smothers, who could not be with us today. First, I'd like to tell you a little bit about Abigail. Abigail runs her own restaurant and has been running it for 9 years now. Her restaurant is located in Bauchi, Nigeria, and she sells traditional Nigerian dishes, as well as her all-time favorite masa. Abigail is a mother of 9, and she absolutely loves her children. She has 5 of her own and 4 others who she has taken in and adopted. As I mentioned earlier, Abigail is a survivor of domestic violence and has to take care of her 9 kids on her own, and therefore her restaurant is her main source of income. Abigail also uses her business to empower women, to show them that you can be a woman and you can run your own business and be a successful entrepreneur, as well as using the profits from her business to help feed the blind and homeless. Next, I have Andrew telling us a little bit about our strengths and weaknesses.
So, with Abigail's restaurant comes with a lot of strengths. First, she's very popular in her community. Her community knows her as a very loving and motherly figure, and that's something people would never forget. Next, you have her affordability. She's more affordable than all of her competition, which makes her very, very, very competitive. Next, she's on time. She is very responsible, and people can trust in her. And lastly, she has employees, so if anything ever happens, the business will stay strong. Now, with your strengths also comes your weaknesses. First is advertising. Now, although we do not handle that, we do like to recognize that it is a weakness. Next is delivery. Delivery is one of those things that Bezos is handling and marketing is handling, but nonetheless, it's still a weakness. Next is business structure. So here's where we come in. We worked on this for a long time. And as far as business structure, her weakness is her building's not up to date, it's not modern. And next, we'll have Curtis with the opportunities.
My name is Curtis Smothers. I'm 16 years old. I'm an uprising junior, and I go to school in the state of Illinois. And I will be presenting to you the opportunities and threats of Abigail's restaurant. Now, Abigail has the opportunity to become the best food vendor in her community. But the thing that's going to potentially stop Abigail is COVID. Now, COVID has slowed Abigail's business down tremendously, meaning she's going to lose profit. And also, COVID is the reason why everybody has been paranoid and really don't want to come outside. So that she still loses profit. The restaurant chains and the competition is not really a problem. The restaurant chain is not a problem because we are providing a different experience in regards to service and food. The competition is not a problem because there are only 3 other restaurants in her community. And out of all the restaurants in her community, she has the most affordable prices, meaning she beats out the competition. Thank you.
And next, we have Avery going over our traction and customer base.
So Abigail's customer base is mostly made up of office and construction workers who come in before going to work or maybe during their lunch break. And sometimes families will come in and get food to eat, but this isn't quite as common as office workers. Unfortunately, because of COVID-19, there have been a lot fewer office workers coming by Abigail's restaurant. A lot of Abigail's customers are also lower income residents, and she tailors her prices so that her food is more affordable. She's also trying to reach out to university students to expand her customer base a bit more. And after talking to Abigail today, she hopes that because of this grant, she can get contracts from businesses and become their official caterer. Also, Abigail has some delivery, catering, and takeout options to reach more people in Bachy State, and Jameson will elaborate on these.
Hi. Here at Abigail's restaurant, she offers all services that any modern restaurant has, giving her the ability to create a warm environment inside as well as reaching far outside just her restaurant. When dining in, customers will be able to order a wide variety of classic, affordable Nigerian dishes, including community favorite masa. With newfound seating space, Abigail will be able to seat large groups and create an atmosphere that people can call home. However, large groups don't have to be inside her restaurant to get a taste of her delicious masa. Abigail's restaurant offers catering services all over her community, including business and even home events. She will be able to feed large groups of people as well as getting her name out there as the best catering restaurant in her community. And due to COVID, even if people aren't able to come in, Abigail has it covered. She offers delivery services around her community, whether people stop by the restaurant or order over the phone. By making it a part of her business, she's working to make food delivery commonplace in Bauchi. However, to get all these things running efficiently, there's some challenges we need to overcome, and we have Nick here to explain those to you.
Okay, so the first challenge that Abigail suffers is a lack of modern infrastructure. And a really great example of this is the fact that she still cooks on a fire without modern appliances to make the cooking process more efficient. And she's also missing a number of quality of life appliances, and she's not optimizing her space, where she has more room for seating and tables. From this problem, we stem two new problems. The restaurant doesn't have a steady stream of water or power, which presents a challenge when implementing many of the new appliances that we want to get for her. Getting consistent power and electricity would also boost her restaurant and would put her in front of her competition as an added benefit. Next, Ethan will talk about our solutions.
So an important part of exploring solutions was Abigail's excellent communication skills. Abigail was able to tell us exactly what she wanted and what problems that needed to get solved before her business could succeed. Abigail is planning on working hard for her business to overcome any challenges that come her way. So a water tank is another important component for the success of Abigail's restaurant. It will provide her with a steady stream of and reliable supply of water capable of holding up to 3,000 liters, which only needs to be refilled about twice a week. A generator, which is arguably the most important piece of equipment, is the backbone of her restaurant. It will support the rest of the infrastructure. A reliable and easy accessible piece of equipment, the generator is vital for the growth of Abigail's business. That being said, to ensure Abigail's success, the security measures for the generator have been created. The plan is to have a cage on wheels for the generator, allowing it to be mobile and moved according to where and when it is needed. This is what will take her business to the next level, allowing her to become a staple in her community. That being said, the obtaining and maintaining of modern infrastructure for equipment such as stoves and a freezer will allow Abigail to be more efficient in the kitchen and allow her to cook at a professional level and allow her to serve larger pools of customers. A plan for buying tables and chairs as her customer count increases and grows is in place. And next we have Nick with the layout of the restaurant.
So on screen, you can see that the layout of the restaurant is on the left, and that's just a general chart to help you understand what you're looking at. And then on the right is some actual pictures of the restaurant to give you some more context. Back to the left, you can see there is seating space. Her outdoor stove and her kitchen are all separated, which makes it really inefficient. And you should also see that she's not using a lot of her lot, which means that she can seat more people without jeopardizing the rest of her kitchen. And if we go to the next slide, you can see what we're trying to implement. We're trying to remove her current lot and replace it with the containers you can see on the right as an idea. And on the left, you can see that she's using much more of her lot more efficiently, and that her seating is connected to her kitchen, and that she no longer has a stove outside of that, making the whole process more efficient for her customers, and for her employees, which will streamline the business process. Next, Andrew's going to talk about the budget and the finance of the whole thing.
So, when dealing with budget and finance, especially for a restaurant, it can be kind of tricky. But thanks to great communication with our business partner and also very, very generous grant from Team Bezos, we were able to fund everything Abigail needs to modernize her business. When it comes to things like having her container, her generator, and her freezer, it will set her far apart from her competition. On the next slide, there is a chart where you can see everything we worked on and how much it costs. As you can see the cost of Naira, USD conversion, and also our total and leftover. We try to make sure there was some money left over so that just in case things happen, which they always seem to do, she will have money. Next will be McKenna with our plan of action.
For our plan of action, we have set up a timeline for Abigail to shut down her restaurant and be able to reopen all within the span of 3 weeks. Our deconstruction process will be tearing down Abigail's current structure and clearing it off the lot to get it ready to place in the container. And that will take 3 to 4 days maximum. The construction process will be taking the container, building it, and having it transported to Abigail's lot and installed. And that will take 7 to 10 days. And finally, the last step is moving appliances. And that will just be taking all of Abigail's stuff from her old store and putting it into her container and setting it up to have a reopening. And that will take maximum 4 days. Overall, we've talked to Abigail and she would like to start breaking ground on August 18th. And if that does work, then we can have her restaurant back open by the first week of September, and allowing for office workers and construction workers, who are the main source of her customers, to go back into their offices, COVID preventing. And finally, we have Avery with our conclusion.
Thanks, McKenna. So Abigail is working hard to improve a Fusere kitchen so she can provide for her family as well as the homeless and the blind. This grant money will go towards helping her update her restaurant by providing new appliances to allow for improvement. Abigail will be receiving a generator, freezer, stovetop, and many others. These items will address typical challenges she faces in Bauchi State, such as unreliable power, limited water supply, and old machinery. This will bring more customers and increase her sales. But these benefits won't just affect Abigail. She will use these profits to help her children receive a better education and will therefore help the generation after her to succeed as well. And then on the next slide, we just have our contact information. Thank you.
And now if the judges have any questions.
Amazing job, everybody. I'm going to bring in the judges right now so you can hear their thoughts. Okay, first we're bringing in Bill, and then Ahmed, and then Umar. Okay, got you guys in here. Okay, we see Ahmed, I see Bill. Umar, are you in here? Perfect, and it'll go Ahmed, Bill, and then Umar. And then Ahmed, please tell us what you think.
Yeah, I gotta say, this team in particular, first of all, you guys look great. I love the outfits. You guys look sharp and professional. Having spent the past 2 weeks watching you guys put this together, run through a number of different scenarios, ideas and thoughts, and just really trying to be creative with this, and to today see the final product. I definitely feel like a proud member of this particular group. The other thing, just like in real life, sometimes the unexpected happens, and I didn't know about the one member being out, and the idea of putting that video in, even though, technically it might have seemed like I don't know what Marsha will probably say, there was a lot of technicalities involved with it. I don't know what that looks like, but what I can say is, however way you look at it, it does create some difference in the dynamic, right, of the team and your level of anxiety and how you feel about presenting this. But I got to say, you guys made it flawless. You guys made it sound great. You guys did a wonderful job, despite the last minute adjustments, despite the changes. So, certainly, give clap for yourself. It's just beautiful. The The introduction was great. McKenna, you did a great job with the introduction. You did a great job keeping the flow going, back and forth between the team members, and all of you were able to pick things up where you were supposed to. The SWOT analysis was great. I know with that video down there, Andrew, jumping in and also mentioning some things in there. I think that was great. All of you guys did a wonderful job. I think just being able to also talk about the communication, the great communication of Abigail with you guys, it really showed, I think, a depth of you guys having this conversation with Abigail, really trying to get a better sense of how you can support her. I love the before and after layouts. It was very clear. This is what it looked like. 3 seatings right after, you guys provided the after layout. I know you guys worked on that too. That was great. Plan of action, again, I loved how everything just flowed and went through. Masa, guys, I gotta tell you, just hearing you say masa makes my mouth water because, this is a unique food item from Bauchi, which is obviously a state that I'm from. So you guys did a wonderful job, right? Great job. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to be too biased, but I'm sure my colleague judges would have probably a lot more to say on this.
Thank you, Ahmed.
Thank you.
Marshall, you're on mute.
Sorry. Bill, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you, McKenna.
Okay, my hat's off to you, Ahmed. Good job on advising them here. As I always follow Ahmed, and I always echo everything he says. I'm on a diet right now, and that masa sounded and looks really, really good. You had me at masa, okay? But I've had it before, and I really enjoy it. As Ahmed said, it was flawless. You had that challenge with Curtis and how to pull him in. It's the first time we've ever done it that I can recall, Marshall. I've been on, 5 years now and over 100 of these things. And that's the first time I've ever seen it done, and it worked. I mean, could have been a little bit better maybe at the beginning, get the volume or something, yeah. But for the first time for that to happen, that is phenomenal, because in the past it was, well, so-and-so contributed something, but they didn't get to speak directly. So I really like the way you handled that. I like the layout. I just like the whole thing. I like the way you started with the story about Abigail, and you walked through everything. And I like the SWOT analysis. I like identifying the problems and the solutions, and the conclusion was great. Probably my favorite thing was the layout. I've been involved in construction projects, so it kind of appeals to me. Having to show them the pictures now and the picture of what it's going to look like later is great. Like I told you, I've been in a construction project, so I can't help but to give this one little comment. While you're tearing down, you could be concurrently building the other thing. I think you might cut off 3-4 days. I came up with 14 days afterwards doing it. But there might be some reasons why you couldn't do that. I don't know. But I'm going to see. What was the word? Flawless, phenomenal, great, awesome. You can have your descriptor, whichever one you prefer. Okay. I'm going to use all of them. And on that, Marshall, I'm going to turn it back over to you and Umar.
Thank you so much, Bill. Umar, we would love to hear what you and the birds think.
Well, they're whispering right now. First and first, guys, I have to tell you that you did an amazing job here. First of all, I will start with the SWOT analysis, because that's more or less like an analysis or something that can give you like a clear picture of what is really going on with the business. So, and despite the fact that you identify all the problems, but you position yourself just to take one part and look at it critically and allow the other team to work on the other part. So it's more or less like you guys have done all the work for the whole team, and just kind of like pushing them some part of the problem for them to work on. And again, the transformation of the restaurant, it's really, really amazing. I can't wait to see that happen, because I'm just imagining how a roadside restaurant is going to look like, because we don't have them like here. So with transforming Abigail's restaurant, it's really going to mean a lot. And especially with all the responsibilities she has, it's going to give her a lot of opportunity. I have ate from her once, and I really, really enjoy that food. But what is keeping her from not growing big is actually the structure. It looks too local, and you guys have stepped up to make it better so that she can have better opportunity, so that people like Ahmed and I can actually go there and sit down and eat. Because in that situation, we can actually go there and eat.
Bill wants to be in there too.
Yeah, he's actually free to join. And again, being considerate about the time frame, it's actually very, very important, because you guys, I know you thought about how you're going to keep her out of running the business and trying to also transform the life. So considering what will happen in between, it's really, really the key. And the timing, it's really, really perfect for somebody just to resist within that period of time. So I can tell you that I love everything, but I have to talk about this point simply to make you realize that you have done really, really amazing. And I'm really proud of you guys. And I can't wait to see how the restaurant is going to look like. Thank you so much for being amazing.
Thank you very, very much, Umar. College admissions officers, once again, every student's information is at the bottom of this YouTube video. You can see individualized websites showcasing the work they did for the past 2 weeks. And every 3 months, we'll actually update their individual pages so you can see how the business partner is doing and how their solutions that they have recommended are being implemented in real time. Please, our number is also at the bottom. If you have any questions, you can call us at 202-738-1115.